welcome back to our main stage. We hope you enjoyed your break, and you're now ready to explore innovative Spryker customer cases presented to you by our Chief Customer Officer, Chris Rauch, who most probably loves our customers even more than you love popcorn.
Good afternoon. I am Chris Rauch, and I'm the Chief Customer Officer at Spryker, and I am so happy to be here. So much so, my daughter said to me on Sunday, "Dad, you love the stage." I do. I love the opportunity to say some wonderful words to you guys, and to start off with two words. Thank you. Thank you to our customers for the faith, the commitment, the loyalty and the support they have placed in Spryker. This means everything to me and my team, and we take this very seriously. So what is customer success? Because that's kind of what I spend my time and my team spend our time worrying about. Well, guess what? Customer success is our number one priority. But hang on, Chris, you had this slide last time. It's still our number one priority. It always is, it always will be, and I will never stand on this stage without this slide. So get used to it. It is our focus. So what does customer success mean? It means customer obsession. Now, if any of you know me, my German is not very extensive, but I learned one really useful word, Begeisterung. That's what obsession means. It means the passion, the enthusiasm, the Red Bull that brings us to work every day. Did you know, Greek mythology, back in the days, that enthusiasm means divine inspiration? I think that's quite suitable. So for me, it's about that obsession. It's also about the engagement, customer engagement. It's about the connection that my team and me make with you, our customers. It's about making ourselves available. In my spare time, I practice mindfulness, and I try to use that to calm the noise in the world, but I also use that to be present, to be here, and to listen and engage with our customers. And I think that is so important. And I actually invested in some mindfulness training for my team, because I think having that piece of that warm heart and that cool head and that ability to engage is so important. And I often get told when I stand on this stage that I look grumpy. I should cheer up. Chris, smile. I have a funny face that doesn't look happy. I am so happy. And I want you to not misread my grumpy-looking face. I'm happy. I'll try smiling a bit more. Anyway, moving on. The other thing about customer success is customer experience. This is about joining the dots. Spryker is not a series of departments. It is one herd. I want all of you to experience Spryker as one herd. I also want it to be different. When I was having breakfast yesterday in the hotel, I saw the kitchen door open, and they had a sign on the door, "Make it nice." Really? Really? If you open the Spryker door, make it amazing. That's the bar. Nice is a bit in there. It's about making the experience amazing. That's our focus, and that's our commitment to you, our customers. So, I've talked about customer success and what we do. But hang on, there's a clue in the word customer success. What do you need to do as customers? So, the recipe for customer success, and I hope all the customers here, and there's lots of you, get your notebooks out. I'm going to give you 3 questions that you need to ask yourselves and keep asking yourselves. The first is, what do we want? i.e., what do we want? i.e., what is the scope? What is the requirement? What do you want Spryker to do for you? And that's, you might think that's simple, Chris. We draw up a long wish list and we write everything we want to do. But we all know that the art of the possible is not always the same as the art of the appropriate. Just because you can do everything does not mean you should do everything. So making sure you as customers are really clear and focused on that scope is super important. But it goes more than that, because it's not what do we want, it's what do we really need. So how do you differentiate between what you want and what you need? It's simple. It's about business outcomes. It's about KPIs. It's about the value you are seeking from your investment. Connecting what you want with does that deliver the value and the outcome you're looking for? And that's what a lot of my team are spending time focusing on, to make sure that you make that connection and you end up with a system, a solution that truly delivers the value and the outcomes you're looking for. And there's a third question. Are we ready? And there are 2 points in your journey you need to think about whether you're ready. The first is the beginning. When you start that project, when you start that journey, that digital transformation journey, have you got the right stakeholders? Have you identified a product owner? Have you thought about your use cases? Have you thought about what you really need, not just what you want? And that part is so, so important. And if I was to pick out successful projects, if those that are ready often go so much more effectively, and investing that time up front and what I call setting customers up for success and working with you to do that. There's another point in the journey, which is that bit just before go live. So the Spryker platform, everything's ready, we're ready to switch it on. Hang on, what about the business? What about the customers? What about the marketing? Alignment of that overall business readiness plan and making sure you have one holistic end-to-end plan for go live. That is not just technology. If you listen to Jose earlier, it's not about the technology. It's about the people, the merchants, the customers. It's about engaging them. The technology is the easy bit. Not always, but it's the bit that's the most obvious. But let's focus together on the business readiness. So those are the 3 questions I would ask you as customers to take. What do we want? What do we really need? And are we ready? So now I'd like to give you a short insight into 5 customers. OK, the magic happens. Here we are. So these 5 customers, and we've got lots of them, and I have to pick 5. I've picked 5, and I'll explain a little bit why in a minute. But I picked 5 for a few reasons. And the first one is Banner Engineering. These guys are based in Minneapolis. They're a global company, 5,000 people spread across the globe. Their customers are manufacturing organizations in the Fortune 500. They provide solutions to automate and streamline production process. Rather interesting picture of a production line. Did you know every 3.5 seconds a Banner sensor is installed somewhere? But hang on, Chris. You said last time it's about people. It's not about logos and customers. So what is unique about this project is these wonderful people. And from the left, they're not in the room, but they will be at Nashville, but I'm going to introduce you. That's Lisa, Titus, Jason, Weston, Melissa, Heather, Kelvin, and Matthew. What stands out for me on this project is the way they engaged with us and our team engaged with them. It was about the people. The people made magic happen. They wanted a digital transformation to essentially provide a direct channel to their customers, B2B customers, rather than the partner channel they had. And they have going live around now, this week, and we're really excited to be, they'll be on stage in Nashville and talking to us. So really excited to have them as a customer. The next is the Fortuna Group. For those that don't know, this is a group who has the regional online grocery market leader in Southeast Europe. They have 50,000 people, big organization, 30 million customers. You can buy products using crypto, who'd have thought, And, okay, a bit of audience participation. Anybody want to hazard a guess? And I think the product might be even in that picture. What is their most popular product? Apples? Come on. Bananas. They sell more bananas than anything else. Who'd have thought? Anyway, back to the serious bit. What they wanted to do was to drive a digital transformation for an omni-channel experience. In plain English, take out 5 legacy systems that didn't talk to each other, that weren't doing what they wanted, and stick in one platform to drive their growth. And that's why they're working with Spryker. And I'm really excited that we're working with Andre, Dragan, Kresimir, Tomislav, and many others in the team. Really great journey with Fortuna Group. The next is Helicobal. So anybody that's in Germany may have heard of them, but you may not be aware of this. They operate in 37 countries. They have 30,000 stock items. They sell cables. Who'd have thought 30,000 types of cable? Anybody here been to Ludwigsburg? Anybody been on the Ferris wheel? That Ferris wheel, 1,000 LEDs, 70 meters high. Were it not for 750 meters of cable provided by Helicobal, that wouldn't be lit up. So that's the kind of thing they do. They provide cables in very complex situations. And what's really interesting is that what's unique about them is the way they've built a very highly customized search engine that integrates back with their ERP and their logistics. Because cables are not just cables. There's way more to cables than you might imagine. And a big shout out to Alexander, Sven, and Petra, who we're working with there. Pfeffer. You may not know this, but Barbara Pfeffer, in 1948, founded a sawmill in Austria. They're now 2,000 people, 70 countries. They have some most amazing production facilities in Austria. I didn't know this, but they X-ray every single piece of wood they cut. They have this very clever X-ray machine that can find nails and shrapnel and all sorts of things. What's interesting about these guys is they had a traditional sales model. Being a business that's been around for many years, they would, as they described it to me, they sell their products over cups of coffee. It's a relationship sale. They wanted to streamline that and make that digital. So not only are they pushing in technology, but guess what? They need to think about the transformation and the culture change to make that shift. It's not just about the tech. They're now live, and they're looking towards building a marketplace. And a big shout out to Rebecca, Stefan, and Florian, and our wonderful partners Volantic, who've helped made this happen. And the final customer I want to talk about is Viabirds, who are an Austrian-based startup, now founded in 2020. And what's interesting is, talking to Alexander, who was one of the founders with Martin, this started as a mad idea. Anybody here from Austria? There's a really big road, I've been told, that goes all the way through Austria, that goes south, that everybody gets on and sits in traffic. They had a mad idea. Wouldn't it be cool if we could deliver groceries with drones to people stuck in traffic jams? Completely bonkers. But that's where Viabirds came about. That was where the name came about. But what they did is they took that mad idea and made it an even cooler idea. And now their role is about enabling customers to have the most convenient e-grocery and retail solutions. And they have an enterprise marketplace that allows local producers, not a million miles away from the kind of model that Jose talked about, where local producers, butchers, bakers, fishmongers, are allowed to provide their products into their flyby shop so customers can pick them up and make it convenient. Alexander's story, he is talking later this afternoon. I strongly recommend listening to it. It's a wonderful story, how they've built this business and some of the challenges he's had. So, just to summarize, for me, these stories are all about digital transformation. They're about re-platforming and bringing things together. They're about culture change. They're about complex, sophisticated solutions. But more importantly, the word people keeps coming up. It's about the people, whether it be the customers, the employees, and that transformation is always more than the people. So I think these wonderful customers deserve a big round of applause. Give them some recognition.